A message from the Kids Educational and Engagement Project. KEEP. KEEP say you must learn how to read. KEEP Liberia say you must learn how to read. Education, that everybody's future. Education, my people, that everybody's future. KEEP say you must learn how to read. KEEP Liberia say you must learn how to read. Education, that everybody's future. Education, my people, that everybody's future.
Good day, boys and girls, and welcome to Keep Liberia Storytelling Hour. My name is Benjamin Solanke, and I'm your guest reader for today. Before we start, remember to grab a pencil and paper to take notes. Today's story is titled Winnie the Pooh and Tiger 2, taken from the Walt Disney series. Let's jump into our story. One sunny morning in the 100-acre wood, Tiger was bouncing through the forest. Boing, 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 boing. Hoo, 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 he cried happily. It is a tigerific day for bouncing. I think I drop in on my pals. Meanwhile, a little bear named Winnie the Pooh was busy thinking. Think, think, think. The bear of little brain said, trying hard to remember what he was thinking about. Then, whoomp, boomp, boomp. Winnie the Pooh was bounced to the ground. Hello, Pooh. I'm Tiger. Double G-R. That spells tiger. Yes, I know, Pooh replied. You've bounced me before. Oh, sorry, pal. Apologize, Tiger. Well, got to go. I've got a lot of bouncing to do. Ta-ta-ta for now. And quick as a spring, Tiger bounced off. That was Tiger. He was always bouncing in on his friends when they least expected it. Tiger's next stop was Piglet's house. And Piglet certainly wasn't expecting to be whoomp, bump, bump, bounce to the ground. Oh, Tiger, Piglet nervously stuttered. You scared me. Scared you? Tiger said. That was just one of my little bounces. It was? Asked Piglet, thinking that the bounce had felt awfully big to him. I'm saving my best bounce for old long ears, Tiger replied. Hoo, 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 ta-ta. Meanwhile, Rabbit was busy tending his garden. There now, Rabbit happily announced, everything's perfect. Carrots, lettuce, and pumpkins, all neat and tidy. But not for long, because just then, oh no, Rabbit cried frantically. Stop! Whoomp, bump, bump. Too late. Rabbit received Tiger's biggest bounce ever. The two rolled and tumbled through Rabbit's garden. Everything was flattened. Hello, Rabbit. I'm Tiger, T-I-double. Oh, please, Rabbit, angrily interrupted. Don't spell it. Oh, dear, just look at my garden. Yuck, Tiger said. Kind of messy, isn't it? Messy? Messy? It's ruined, moaned Rabbit. Oh, Tiger, why don't you ever stop bouncing? 'Cause bouncing is what Tiger does best, he answered. Later, Pooh and Piglet went to Rabbit's house for a special Tiger protest meeting. Order, order, called Rabbit. Tiger is getting too bouncy. It's time we taught him a lesson. Perhaps We should find a way to unbounce him, suggested Piglet. Yes, I agree, Rabbit replied. What do you think, Pooh? Pooh? Are you listening? Of course, Pooh replied, waking from a sound sleep. But there's some fluff in my ear. Could you repeat that, please? Which part? Asked Rabbit. The part that I didn't hear, of course, answered Pooh. Pooh whispered Piglet, we are trying to take the bounce off Tiger. Oh, I've got a splendid idea, Rabbit suddenly announced. Well, we'll take Tiger somewhere he's never been before. Then we'll lose him there. Lose him? Asked Pooh. Oh, don't worry, Rabbit explained. We'll find him again the next morning. Mark my words. I'll take the bounce right out of him. So it was agreed that they would start out the next day. That morning turned out to be a cold and misty one in the 100-acre wood. The mist was so thick that the four friends could barely see the ground in front of them. But that didn't slow down Tiger. Boing, boing, boing. He sprang ahead into the lead. Tiger leaped farther and farther and deeper into the woods. Rabbit thought it was a good time to lose him. Now is our chance, he said to Pooh and Piglet. Quick, over there, hide. Rabbit led the two friends inside an old hollow log. Tiger soon realized his friends were no longer behind him. Hey, that's funny, Tiger said. They must be lost. Hello, Tiger called, bounced back to look for his missing friends. Hey guys, where are you? Hello. Then Tiger climbed on top of the very place where Pooh and Piglet and Rabbit were hiding. Hello, he shouted into the log as loud as he could. The hidden friends' ears rang from the noise, but they said nothing. Tiger soon gave up and boinged off in search of his pals. Rabbit cautiously peered out of the log. Hooray! Cheered Rabbit. My splendid idea worked. Come on, let's head for home. Rabbit was certain that everything was working according to plan. But soon the plan stopped working. Pooh, Piglet, and Rabbit walked and walked and walked through the woods. But they didn't seem to be getting anywhere. It's funny how everything seems the same in the mist, Rabbit said. This looks just like the sand pit where we started. And so they tried again, but they ended up right back at the very same pit. Pooh was getting tired. He suspected the sand pit was following them. But the truth was they were lost. They had been walking around in a big circle. Oh, Rabbit, Pooh suggested. How would it be if as soon as we are out of sight of this old pit, we just try to find it again? Why? The rabbit asked. We keep looking for home, but we keep finding this pit, Pooh explained. So I thought if we kept looking for this pit, maybe we'll find home. I don't see much sense in that, Rabbit replied. If I walk away from this pit, then I walk back to it, of course I'll find it. I'll prove it to you. Wait here. So Pooh and Piglet waited in the misty sand pit for Rabbit. And they waited and waited. The two tired friends fell asleep. All the while, Pooh dreamed of his honeypots at home. Grrr! The strange noise startled Piglet. What's that, Pooh? He asked, waking up. My tummy, Pooh explained. It rumbled. I am hungry, Piglet. Let's go home now. Do you know the way? Asked Piglet. No, answered Pooh. But there are 12 pots of honey in my cupboard, and they have been calling to my tummy. They have? Yes, Piglet. I could hear them before because Rabbit was talking. I think I know where they're calling from, Pooh said, helping Piglet out of the sand pit. Come on, we'll just follow my tummy. Pooh and Piglet walked off together into the mist. For a long time, Piglet said nothing because he did not want to interrupt the voices of Pooh's honeypots. Sure enough, the mist soon got thinner and Piglet began to know where he was. When suddenly, hoo 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 hoo, it was Tiger. Whoomp, bump, bump. He bounced Pooh and Piglet to the ground. Hello there, you two, Tiger cried. Where have you been? We've been trying to find our way back home, explained Pooh. Say, where is old Long Ears? Asked Tiger. He must still be missing in the mist, Pooh said. Well, leave it to me, Tiger declared. I'll go and bounce him right out of there. Ta-ta-ta for now. So Tiger romped off to find Rabbit. Meanwhile, Rabbit was still wandering around in the cold mist. By now, he was most definitely lost and certainly scared. His frightened mind played tricks on him. Rabbit began to hear noises, strange noises, scary noises. Chomp, chomp, Pooh, Piglet, is that you? Crunch! Ha! Yelled Rabbit. Croak! What is that? Rabbit cried fearfully. Ribbit? Who's there? Help! Rabbit screamed, running off in an awful panic. Who should he bump into? Whoomp, bump, bump. Hello, Rabbit. Tiger, the bounced bunny cried in surprise. But you're supposed to be lost. Lost? Tigers never get lost. Buddy boy, Tiger cheerfully replied. Never. Never, Rabbit asked sadly. He realized that his splendid plan had not worked at all. Of course not, Tiger said. Come on, Rabbit, let's go home. Hoo, 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 hoo. So the two started back. Rabbit was not a happy rabbit. He was tired. He was a tired rabbit, a lost and found rabbit. A why, oh, why do these things happen to me, rabbit? But Rabbit had learned his lesson. Never again would he try to change his friends. He was lucky to have them just the way they were.
A message from the Kids Educational and Engagement Project. KEEP.
Did you enjoy the story? Good. Then I have 3 questions for you. The first question is, what is the name of the bear? Anyone? Good. The name of the bear is Winnie the Pooh. The second question: where did Pooh, Piglet, and Rabbit had their meeting? Anyone? Good. Pooh, Piglet, and the rabbit had the meeting at the rabbit's house. The third and the last question: how is the wood called?
Say you must learn how to read. If Liberia say you must learn how to read. Education, that everybody's future. Education, my people, that everybody's future. KEEP say you must learn how to read. If Liberia say you must learn how to read. Education, that everybody's future. Education, my people, that